We now know that your gut and your brain are constantly talking. It's through nerves, immune signals, and even your gut bacteria. They're all talking to each other. It's like your gut is texting your brain all day long, and when those texts get garbled, and that happens, your whole system starts misfiring. You think you're tired because you're getting older, and that your bloating is from just eating the wrong thing. And your mood swings, maybe it's just the hormones. And yet, when you had done blood tests before, they were all negative. But what if all of this had one root cause, and it's hiding in plain sight? In this video, I'll show you how your gut health could silently be sabotaging your energy, your mood, and even your immune system, long before any lab test explains it. I'm Dr. Banasali. Let's dive in. We now know that your gut and your brain are constantly talking. When your gut's out of balance, and we call that dysbiosis, meaning you have good bacteria and you have bad bacteria, but maybe now you have too many of the bad players and not enough good bacteria, you can get low-grade inflammation. And this inflammation can actually show up as brain fog, fatigue, trouble sleeping, even mood changes like anxiety, or just feeling irritable like all the time. Have you ever heard of serotonin? It's considered a mood chemical, and it is much more than just that. But yes, it is associated with mood, and there's been linkage when you're depressed. It might be that because your serotonin is low. Most people think because of this relation with mood that serotonin is made in your brain, but actually 90 to 95% of serotonin is made in the gut, not your brain. And serotonin isn't just about digestion. It's your mood's thermostat. It helps to regulate the sleep, the energy, and even how you react to stress or pain. Because life is stressful. You're constantly being thrown all these things. Sometimes you can take it in stride and sometimes you can't. And part of this is overall with your mood. So if your gut's off, your mood and energy can also swing out of range. Certain gut microbes, they produce short-chain fatty acids, like butyrate, so reduce the inflammation and protect your brain. But what happens when those beneficial bugs disappear? Your system loses one of its key defense tools. Most people think that gut health is all about digestion, and it sounds that way. Probiotics, poop, kombucha, right? But your gut's role goes much deeper. It influences mood, energy, inflammation, and even your immune system's triggers. In my practice in rheumatology, I've seen this pattern before, especially in women, kind of midlife range. They come in with fatigue, bloating, and vague skin rashes. These symptoms may come and go. They've just kind of been feeling off for years. Later, they're diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, Hashimoto's, thyroiditis, or other conditions. And the research backs this up. Symptoms like fatigue, digestive issues, and even brain fog, these symptoms can come along even months or years before your actual diagnosis. One of the theories that's out there for this is that your gut lining, what we call leaky gut, it starts letting through things that just don't belong there. Imagine your gut lining is like a coffee filter, right? When it's working well, it's intact, only the good stuff gets through. But when it's torn, there's a little rip in it, you get these little fragments that come through. And in your gut, it's called lipopolysaccharides, LPS, which are from bacterial cell walls, and they leak into your bloodstream. You don't want that in your coffee, and you definitely don't want that in your bloodstream. And your immune system does not like gritty coffee. Now that immune overreaction, it could be part of what tips someone into full-blown autoimmunity, especially if genetically that they are at risk for it. And now all of a sudden this thing came on, you have this leaky gut, things are getting through, all of a sudden you have this full-blown autoimmune disease. Okay, what can you do now? Well, you don't need a fancy protocol or a cabinet full of supplements. You just need small, consistent changes that help restore your gut balance. Absolutely, medications will help, and you should use them when you need to. But this is adjunctive. This is something you can use with it, is to improve your gut. And everyone does it in different ways, but one of the approaches taken is with fermented foods. Foods like plant-based yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut. And if you're sensitive, you can even start with kind of the brine and start introducing that to your food. Or even prebiotic fiber, right? We've heard of probiotics, but there's also prebiotic fiber. It's all about the fiber nowadays. We talk about protein so much, but really we should be talking about fiber even more. Foods like oats, chia seeds, green bananas, cooled lentils, they can all be helpful for prebiotics. What about stress regulation? A 10-minute walk. It's not that bad. Or you can try diaphragmatic breathing, which is breathing from here instead of the shallow breaths that we tend to take on a daily basis. This can help calm the gut by calming down your nervous system. This diaphragmatic breathing, it's been shown to reduce inflammatory markers like IL-6. And we know that regular movement helps support good gut microbes and lower inflammation overall. So if you're dealing with fatigue, mood swings, bloating, and your labs are saying everything is normal, don't ignore it. Yes, you may not check mark all the boxes and say that you have this full-blown autoimmune disease, but in that preclinical stage where you haven't quite developed all the symptoms, see if you can intervene, change the direction of this process, because your gut might be sounding the alarm way before your immune system kind of shows it. And if you already have an autoimmune condition, supporting your gut is still one of the best ways to reduce inflammation and feel better over time. If this resonated with you, follow me, Dr. B, for more on gut, hormone, and autoimmune content. And don't miss my latest videos on autoimmune disease. See you next time.